Exams are just around the corner. Are you ready? At One Lawler and Rubtech, we have all the books you need to excel: mathematics, science, chemistry, English, biology, computer studies, religious education, home economics, and ECE books. Plus, we provide pamphlet question and answers to help you prepare with confidence. And not only that, we also offer stationery, toner, brand new printers on sale, document printing, and professional company registration services. Visit us today or contact us on +260 760 261 873. You can also reach us on WhatsApp. One Lawler and Rubtech, helping you succeed in your exams and beyond.
Hello, distinguished students. Welcome to my channel of empowering knowledge in computer science. I'm your perfect tutor, Mr. Mpundu Boston. Previously, in our last video, we looked at programming C++, and today we'll continue from where we ended by looking at generation of computer programming. Please do not forget to support this channel by subscribing, liking, and also to share and to comment. You can also scan the code displayed on the screen if you want to support this channel. Welcome back. So, to begin with, generations of computer programming. Let's now look at what is generation of computer programming. So, generation of computer programming, it is a progression through history from where programming language started and where we are right now. So, we'll look at 5GL. What are these? So, we have the first GL, second GL, 3, 4th, and the 5th GL. So, first GL, it means the first generation, and the 5GL means the 5th generation. Now remember, the version of computer is dynamic, meaning it is not static. It keeps on changing. So we'll proceed further to look at the upcoming new technology. So to begin with now, what is the first generation? Okay. The first generation of programming language is called machine language. It is written in binary, which is 0 and 1. You remember, or you know that computer understands 0 and 1s, right? Okay. So the first generation is called machine language, which uses 0 and 1. And it does not need any compiler or assembler. No compiler, no assembler, because codes are converted directly by the use of CPU. As you know, each and every computer has what? A central process, right? CPU, right? So, by the first generation, the computer uses the CPU to translate machine codes so that it can what? Understand. Having known so, let's look at the second generation. So, the second generation is called assembly language, which associated with the use of mnemonics such as move, X, plus much more. Okay. And this second generation, it needs an assembler to convert codes into machine language. Is that okay? So, the third generation is called high-level language, which is close to human language. And it is written in English, like the one that I am using right now, like syntax, and it requires a compiler to convert code into a machine codes. We move on. The fourth generation of programming language is called very high level language. Sometimes it is called non-procedural language, which focuses on what to do rather than on how to do it. We move on now to the 5GL. The 5GL, which uses AI and logic-based language. So, in 5GL, which is 5th generation, we have seen the new emerging software like AI and logic-based language. This is written in declarative and constraint. Now, let me emphasize on 5GL. The 5GL focuses on artificial intelligence. AI means artificial intelligence. and problem solving. It uses logic-based and constraint-based programming such as the Mercury. I hope you have understood up to this point. If at all, let's proceed. Okay, so now let's look at the old. So we have looked at the old and the new in terms of generation of computer. So we ended on the 5th generation, which currently are being proven, looking forward for 6th generation and the 7th generation. Remember, education is dynamic, not static. Okay, so to begin with, the old and upcoming generation of programming. So here in this context, we are going to look at all the first 5 generations we have discussed and up to the one which is coming. The first generation was emerged in 1942-1956, which uses vacuum tubes. Okay. Now, one thing to know about the 1GL is that this generation of computers were very big. Right now, it can be even compared to a classroom. Okay, meaning these computers were not even portable. Now, another point is that the first generation is considered to be the machine language. This is noted by the use of punched card and paper tape. Other examples we can give is ARNAC and UNIVAC. We move on to 2GL. The second generation was emerged in 1956 to 1963, which replaces the vacuum tubes with a transistors. Okay, 2GL is considered to be high-level language. Like we talk of COBOL, Fortran uses also punched cards, but more advanced compared to 1GL, which was considered to be a machine language. But the second generation was considered to be high-level language. Okay, I hope we have understood that. Let's move on now to 3rd GL. The 3rd generation was emerged in 1964 to 1971, which replaces the transistors with integrated circuit ICs. Now, one thing to note about the 3rd generation is that this is where the business started by using computer widely. Language like C and Pascal were popular, guys. Okay? Where we can even see example in the use of IBM 360 series. Okay? So now, let's look at the 4GL. The 4th generation was emerged in 1971 to 1980. This replaced the integrated circuits ICs with VLSI. So, what is VLSI? The VLSI stands for Very Large Scale Integration. Okay? So, here, thousands of transistors were replaced on a single chip, making microprocessors possible. This led to the first affordable personal computer like IBM PC and Apple Mac. So, and one thing that you need to know is when we are looking at generation of programming, we are looking at just looking at the progression through history from where programming language started and where we are right now. That's why we are moving in the sequence manner, showing you the oldest and the new and yet to come. So, next, 5GL, popular known as 5th generation. Okay. So, it was emerged in 1980s by the use of ULSI. This means that the 5G uses ULSI, which replaced the VLSI. Don't confuse these two. The 5GL uses ULSI, which replaced the 4th generation, which uses VLSI of 1971 to 1980s. So, what is ULSI? Stands for Ultra Large Scale Integration. I'm trying to be slow so that you don't confuse these two things. Then, VLSI, which is the 4th generation, I said it is stand for a very large scale integration, while the 5GL uses ULSI, which stands for ultra large scale integration. Now, what does this two means? Let's do this. The VLSI of 4GL and the 5GL of ULSI simply mean that the 5th generation uses what? ULSI, correct. The 4GL uses what? VLSI. Please don't confuse these two. So I'm trying to be so that you understand. Now, what does it mean? Okay, let's put it in this context. To begin with, 4GL. When we say VLSI, it means that it is the integration of hundreds of thousands to millions of transistors on a single chip, while 5GL is the integration of tens of millions to hundreds of millions of transistors on a single chip. Oh, no. You are not getting. Let me repeat. The 4GL uses VLSI, meaning it is the integration of hundreds of thousands to millions of transistors on a single chip, unlike with 5GL, which uses ULSI, which integrates of tens of millions to hundreds of millions of transistors on a single chip. I hope you have understood this. Let's move on the 6th GL. So, the 6th GL and the 7th GL are 5th generation. Okay? Because there is a debate which is going on. The 6th generation is referred to quantum programming languages, where we see the Q#. So, what you have seen here, what I've written here, it is called Q#. The word Q, then you add the word sharp. Please don't go and embarrass me by saying Q#. No, it's wrong. It is Q#. Okay? So now, this Q#, these are related to the 6th generation and the 7th generation. So, finally, the 6th generation and the 7th generation. So I said the 6th generation is referred to a quantum programming language, which uses Q#. It is the self-learning language. In short, I'm saying that this is the future of programming generation, where we see a computer, guys, where we see a computer think and make decisions on their own. Have you understood that point? Then the 7th generation is just a prediction. We'll see now the more advanced GPU will become more advanced on the use of AI. The thing that we have started now experience right now, the use of cryptocurrencies, AI-driven self-learning languages, and the self-driving cars. So these are happening due to the new emerging software, which is we are building each and every day life. So we are trying by all means to reach to this extent of whereby a computer can think and make decisions on their own. And this journey has started because there is a release of a self-driving cars currently. Okay, so we have come to the conclusion now. Let me summarize by saying this. So we have looked at the first G uses vacuum tubes, 2GL uses transistors, 3GL uses integrated circuit, ICS, 4GL uses VLSI, the 5GL uses ULSI, 6GL as a future. Looking forward, we'll look at 6GL and 7th generation, which we discussed that it uses quantum processors and advanced AI. Okay? Thank you so much. I'm your perfect tutor, Mr. Boston Mpundu. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment.